Now, by talking about one of those stocks, we have GAIL, which is higher in trade. This is post a fresh brokerage note from CLSA. So Sonal is here to take us through the details there. Sonal.
Thank you for that. Well, it's a bullish note where they have increased the target price on the stock to 125 rupees per share versus 110. They have a buy on the stock, and there are a couple of reasons why they are positive on the stock as well. They are factoring in a 40% tariff hike from the new norms, and that is the reason why they've upgraded FY24, FY25 EPS by 14%. Now, GAIL recently proposed integrated tariffs, that is across comprehensive network of their transmission pipelines. What they had suggested would lead to an increase of around 70% in their tariff hikes. PNGRB has had some disagreements as well, but despite that, factoring that in as well, CLSA expects a 50% tariff hike for GAIL to come through. They expect this to come up in next month, sometime around mid of March, because they have an open house to discuss these provisions on 6th March itself. They believe that tariff would rise, and that is something which would lead to an earnings multiple going higher as well. Share of utility part, this is the other segment that they are talking about. Utility, where we have transmission, the pipeline, that will rise to near record of 58% for EBITDA of GAIL. So far, it was the marketing segment, which is very commoditized. That used to be the major chunk. Cyclical commodity segments now account only for 19% of the SOTP, which is a good thing. And the higher proportion comes in from utility business, which is stable. So that's the reason some of these triggers CLSA has discussed in its notes.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. So that's on GAIL. But Orient Cement is in focus. There's been back and forth on a deal with Adani Power. And now after, all the chaos with the Adani group, perhaps that deal may not go through. Nigel is here with the details. Nigel, over to you.
Well, in 2021, Orient Cement had signed a non-binding MoU with Adani Power Maharashtra. Now, the hope is that they'll go ahead and they'll set up a 2 million ton plant in Maharashtra itself. But now, in fact, clarification has come through, and Orient Cement says that the company has requested them that this will not be possible. The timelines as well have got lapsed, and not just that, all the requisite clearances have not come about. So because of that, that plan has fallen through. Remember, it's not a big negative actually for Orient Cement, because the street was not really baking in anything till they saw a plan being drawn out. And now we'll wait for Orient Cement to go ahead and draw out a fresh plan. Because remember, for the last few years, they have not been able to ramp up capacity, and they've not added any capacity as well, because they're functioning at not optimum utilization levels. So the focus from here on will be, what is Orient's plan in terms of scaling up from around 8 million tons all? We'll stay tuned to that. But not a big negative, though this deal doesn't seem to be happening now. Back to you.
Okay, got that. That's one of the stocks that is in focus today. The other, by the way, is Z. And you will hear a lot more on Z as we go along in the show. Right now, I just want to point out that the biggest cut, I think, was almost 15% lower at one point in time. Then it's recovered, but it's still down about 9%. We all know the moves at the NCLT. We'll be discussing this with Lata in a lot more detail in the next couple of minutes. But before Z, one more stock that's in focus, and that is Bharat Dynamics. It's been quite a stunning mover over the last 1 odd year, rising well over 100%. Well, in the earlier part of the day, we had the management with us, Siddharth Mishra, CMD of Bharat Dynamics. The company has bagged an export order worth $255 million. The aerospace and defense major also has entered into multiple MOUs with several foreign and Indian companies during Aero India 2023, which was organized just earlier this month. Take a look at what the company had to say about the way they'll close out FY23 and the look ahead to the next fiscal.
Either by end of this financial year or beginning of this next financial year, we will be getting this order of 3rd and 4th Regiment of Akash. And I'm sure that we will be getting by then. So my this year's order book will be more than 10,000 crores. See, margin we are looking more than 20%. We already in third quarter we have around 19%, and it will be more than 20% by end of this year.